The Vancouver Canucks, another team that is seeking redemption. Yes, they were in the finals way back in 1994 when the New York Rangers took them apart, which set hockey abuzz and made hockey relevant in America. Now they have players. Now they have the talent. They have the best goalie on the West Coast. They have the best power play in the league, the best power play defense in the league, the highest scoring offense in the league, the lowest scoring defense in the league. And it took them 7 games to get out of the first couple of rounds. And almost same thing happened to them in San Jose. But they have the players. The Sedin brothers can do it all. It would be a fun series no matter who they play. Most of us probably prefer them to play Tampa Bay because Tampa will play offense and there'll be a lot of scoring and a lot of, creative hockey playing. It'll be a battle of an older goalie named Rolison and Mr. Luongo in Vancouver. But don't count the Bruins out. And you got to give the Bruins and Tampa Bay some credit for at least forcing 7 games because at least we know that both teams have given it all for all 7 games of their series. And we have to be happy that we have a Game 7 somewhere. I wanted it in the NBA, but we'll take it in hockey. And so I look forward to tonight's game between Boston and Tampa, and hopefully it'll be exciting. I think Boston has the advantage tonight just because of the fact that Tampa Bay's style is so fast flowing and so aggressive that tendencies are in Game 7 that teams don't play that way. Teams kind of get a little scared in Game 7 because they don't want to lose. And that's why tonight Boston should be favored because Boston has the ability to play both styles. And Boston's defense will show up tonight as it hasn't done in the games they've lost. And so we'll be back with some more good. I think Vancouver will beat both of these teams in the final. Doesn't matter who it is, just because of their talent level and because of their hunger. And you can keep listening to us for more good on 89.7 KLAS FM. And I'll be back with this message from the Jeffrey Foundation after this. Cindy Bolanos, mother of Jonathan, aged 24 months, has cerebral palsy and has just heard that her Social Security check has been cut by the state. Jonathan is enrolled at the Jeffrey Foundation's Toddler Program and is still on the waiting list for funding by a state-subsidized program. The Jeffrey Foundation's founder, Miss Alice Morris Winston, is attempting to find a way for Cindy to secure a job and for Jonathan to continue in the Jeffrey Foundation's Toddler Program, which will help him become ready for school. Although Jonathan is not disabled, his mother needs assistance in his parenting. Mrs. Winston started the Jeffrey Foundation 38 years ago when there are no child care or after-school programs for special needs children. She continues to help families through the current economic crisis by keeping the Jeffrey Foundation open for child care, counseling for parents, as well as personal advice that helps in difficult situations. The Jeffrey Foundation aims to make life more productive for special needs children and their families by helping them meet the challenges created by developmental disabilities, autism, multiple handicaps, poverty, abuse and abandonment, neglect, through high-quality programming and support services. Since its establishment, the Jeffrey Foundation has grown from a modest child care center into today's highly regarded multi-program organization. The foundation has served approximately 10,000 families and children over the past 38 years. The Jeffrey Foundation needs your assistance to keep these much-needed programs ongoing. A book is being written, and a screening treatment is available, telling the story of how Alice started the foundation. The Jeffrey Foundation is located at 5470 West Washington Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90016, and the Special Child and Family Resource Center at 5443 West Washington Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90016. For additional information to visit our center or to donate a scholarship, please call Martha Way at 323-965-7536 or email mway@thejeffreyfoundation.com. 89.7 KLAS FM. My name is Richard Harris, and I'm hoping that you are enjoying your Friday as you are preparing or en route to wherever you're going during this Memorial Weekend as we continue to try to work out the glitches of being a radio host. And here we go with some more good. The next bit of good in sports. Well, Novak Djokovic. He's in a struggle today against my man Roberto Del Potro, or Juan Del Potro, excuse me. I was watching that match this morning, and he's finally going up against a player who can actually hit the ball as hard as he can and place it just as well as he can. It's going to be tough. This got 5 sets written all over it, and we'll find out if he can get it done. But the streak is currently at 41. If he gets to 42, he'll earn it. But that's good for tennis because it keeps us watching since there's no Americans doing much of anything in the sport. The good. One more good. The police have arrested a man in the beating of Brian Stowe. But let us all not rush to judgment. And let the legal system do its thing, because this gentleman apparently says he has an alibi to verify that he wasn't there. And the police are being a little tight-lipped on the lineup that he went through the other night. So let's just let all that stuff work itself out before we all start celebrating and all start feeling good for him and his family. We're sickened that this happened to somebody just because that person went to a baseball game. But, hey, life throws things at us sometimes that we can't control. But at least there's been an arrest. At least there's sort of a direction in which the police are going in. And hopefully, they'll solve this matter and give this man's family peace of mind. And hopefully this man will recover and be able to be the father to his children and take care of his family that he wants to do. The good. Some more good. The Boston Red Sox have won 10 games in a row, folks. Remember when the season started, the Red Sox had lost their first 6 games, and everyone was like, uh-oh, Armageddon. Boston's made all these moves, and no one's playing well. Well, guess what? Boston is playing very well. And now teams in the American League East are panicking. They're panicking because nobody wants to see David Ortiz hit. No one wants to see Carl Crawford run the bases like he runs. No one wants to see Dustin Pedroia play the game the way he plays. Most people want to see the Red Sox struggle. Well, guess what? The Red Sox aren't struggling. And the Red Sox are pitching well, too. They have this guy the Yankees had a few years ago. His last name is Aceves. And he's like 16 straight decisions that he's won. Obviously, he's only 2-0 this season. But all the guy does is win. And he pitched great 6 innings the other day. And it's going to be hard to knock Boston off its perch because as their players get healthier, Daisuke comes back. Daisuke had pitched well in 2 of the last 3 starts that he had. You know, Tim Wakefield is still a useful veteran. Beckett is pitching great. Lester, the favorite to win the Cy Young, is pitching great. And if they get Buchholz to start pitching well too, people might get what they want to see. Now they have the Tigers this weekend, which is a tough team, but the Tigers have some injuries. And yesterday the Red Sox showed the Tigers exactly what they think of them by bombing them, by scoring a boatload of runs, 14. The scariest sight in baseball, though, is seeing Boston coming because their new players are all starting to get accustomed to being there. And the weather is getting warm. Not pretty. Some more good. Bernard Hopkins won another title at age 46. You can say what you want about his mouth. You can say what you want about his ability to box. But the guy wins. His fights are either very dull or very exciting. The last fight was a yawner. But he did enough to win the fight. And speaking of boxing, this Manny Pacquiao fight against Marquez, I think it might be 2 years too late. Because Pacquiao is a different fighter. Marquez got his head knocked around by Floyd Mayweather, and he hasn't fought much since. I mean, he's fighting David Diaz this summer, and, if he can get through Diaz, they're going to make this Pacquiao fight. And even though he's one of the last guys to beat Pacquiao and beat up Pacquiao, actually, in both fights, they both beat the crap out of each other. I think that it's good for boxing that we have something to talk about, other than talking about the dismal heavyweight division or the fact that there aren't too many other good fights around. And one more good that's happening. The Championship League of Europe is about to have their World Championship. We're going to find out who is the team. Is it Manchester United? Or is it going to be Barcelona? Isn't that funny? For years, no one knew how to say the word Barcelona. Now everyone says it Barcelona. I think that Man U playing at home should have some kind of advantage because they're playing in front of their home crowd. And Wembley Stadium, they play pretty well. But Barcelona is not intimidated. They have the best player in the world playing for them in Mr. Lionel Messi. He is creative with the ball, and he should be able to roam free throughout Man U's defense. The key is going to be the goalies, because the goaltending for Man U has been brilliant in the last couple of games. And if he plays like he's played in the last few games, United's going to have a good chance to win. And if it comes to penalty kicks, anyone can win in a penalty kick situation. But Man U is going to try to use the home crowd. It's going to try to use every advantage it can to beat this team. They're probably hoping for some cooler weather, maybe some wet weather, so they can take advantage of certain things that they're used to playing with. We shall see. And we'll be back with the bad in sports on 89.7 KLAS FM after this.
Uh-oh. Sounds like you need some help. At Best Automotive Collision Center, we can ease your pain. We offer top-notch body and collision repair, paint matching, free towing, and free estimates. Our goal is to get your car to sound like this and to see you on the road. 5601 West Pico Boulevard, Los Angeles. Open Monday through Fridays 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 2. Call us at 323